Good morning, beloveds. I'm awake. I promise. I'm looking rather cousin it-ish this morning. My hair really needs to be washed. All right. Let me see. It is November 9th. Yes, it is November 9th. Our title is Spiritual Substance is My Supply. Our quote is, "The Lord is on my side. I will not fear. What can man do unto me?" Paul, that's Psalm 118:6. Okay. I know that spirit fills all space and animates every form. Therefore, spirit is the true actor in everything. But I also know that spirit can only act for me by acting through me. This means simply that God can give me only what I take. I am conscious that as I daily enter into my divine inheritance, in my thought and in the spirit, I am entering into the realm of absolute causation, and I completely believe that from this secret place of the Most High within me, there shall be projected an objective manifestation of my every legitimate desire. Hope rises within me and sings a song of joy. Love goes before me and embraces everything. Peace accompanies me on my way, while doubt and fear vanish as mist before the light. Am I really accepting abundance? Is my thought really animating my experience with the idea of plenty? Am I suffering? No. Am I affirming that divine substance is forever flowing to me as supply? Today, I praise the abundance in all things. I animate everything with the idea of abundance. I am remembering only the good. I am expecting more good. I am experiencing good. I acknowledge the good working everywhere. I give thanks that this good is flowing into my experience in ever increasing volume. There is that within me that sees, knows, and understands this truth, that completely accepts it. There is good enough to go around. Therefore, I do not withhold this good from myself or others, but constantly proclaim spiritual substance is forever flowing to each and all as supply. All right. So the line that caught me, and we won't even worry about the suffering. I don't know where that came from. The line that just caught me. There is that within me which sees, knows, and understands this truth. And we want to lean on that. We want to lean on that. Because frequently we get caught up in the messiness of the material world. We get caught up in the messiness of the material world and we go, oh my God, I don't understand how this is going to work out. And we don't have to. We don't have to. That's one of the reasons why we separate the what and the how. When we go into treatment, our job is the what, and it's Spirit's job is the how. And so I like that he included the line that there is that within me that sees, knows, and understands this truth. So even when I'm not getting it, even when I can't see the big picture, I know that there is something within me. That divine spark within me, that spirit that animates me within me that knows and understands. There is something within me that trusts. And so when I get caught up in the messy, juicy world that is going on around me and I forget, then that within me that knows, that's what I lean on. That's what I lean on. And that's what I go and visit when I take that spiritual practice, when I do meditation, when I do treatment, when I do things like this, when I just read things like this. It's like, okay, no, there's something within me that knows this. There's something within me that knows this at a level that is beyond me. And so therefore, if and I'm going to use air quotes here, if I lose my faith, I haven't really lost my faith. My faith is still there. My faith is deep within me. What can happen though is I'll get confused by the chaos. And so I haven't lost it. I've just set it on the back burner. But I know that something within me still has that faith. And so then that's when it's my responsibility to take that breather, to take that moment where I go, and that moment can be literally a moment, because sometimes that's all you got. You got to take that deep breath. And sometimes it's, okay, well, let me set aside 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and go do something, a spiritual practice, i.e. reading or listening to music or doing a meditation. And there's a wide variety of those. So, pick your meditation from sitting quietly on a lotus pillow with your eyes closed to, walking meditations and all of that. Guided meditations, so take the time to do that. And that's when you get back in touch with the faith that you've always had, because spirit within you is holding that faith for you. So you take the moment, you get back in touch with that faith, you feel that faith flow through you. So it's like, you don't have to have faith all the time, because you have faith all the time. So don't ever feel like you've lost faith. It just may be on the back burner. And you just need you need to find the time to reconnect with it. So I like that he put that in there. So spiritual substance is my supply. I don't know what to do with the psalm. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear what can man do unto me. In that case, that is Psalm 118. It's line 6 out of 118. Go read it in context. Look it up. See what the rest of the psalm says. I would wager that it says that, hey, the material world is messy and confusing, but don't worry, Spirit is always with you. All right, so I know that Spirit fills all space and animates every form. Spirit is all around. I say that fairly frequently. It's like everywhere you look, that's Spirit. It's made of Spirit. It's made by Spirit. It's animated by Spirit. So literally everything is Spirit, which is why I had a conversation Sunday night with a woman. I said, what I have to do is I have to believe that no matter what someone's behavior is, in their heart, they're good. At the core of them, they're good. And that I have to know that and give them space to remember that. Spirit is the true actor in everything. But I also know that Spirit can only act for me by acting through me, which is permission. I am giving permission for Spirit to act through me. Which means that all of the people, including me occasionally, when we behave badly, that's not Spirit acting through us. That's us making a choice and getting in Spirit's way. So just that's how I separate it. It's like we're all after our good, but occasionally we choose interesting ways to get there, to get it. And, and when we choose interesting ways to get it, that's not Spirit acting through us. That's us getting in Spirit's way. This means simply that God can give me only what I take. That's what I'm talking about, permission. I have to be willing to accept what God will do for me, because God's going to do it through me. So I have a couple of responsibilities in there. One, I have to be willing to accept what God has prepared for me. And two, I have to be willing to do what it is that I need to do, guided by God, Spirit, what have you, to get there. I am conscious that as I daily enter into my divine inheritance, in my thought and in spirit, I am entering into the realm of absolute causation, and I completely believe that from this secret place of the Most High within me, there shall be projected an objective manifestation of my every legitimate desire. It's a very long sentence. So I am conscious that I daily enter, meaning it's daily practice, and it's conscious practice that we enter into spirit. We enter into that secret place of the Most High within us, that place where we meet unfiltered God. And if I do that every day, then the objective manifestation of our legitimate desire, and I like how he says our legitimate desire. Not every desire we have is going to be manifest. Because sometimes we have a desire that we don't really, it crops up and it's like, oh, I want that. Not really. And so there's no emotion behind that. Well, that desire is not going to manifest. And sometimes we have a desire and it's not legitimate. And how do we know if it's legitimate? Because it benefits and harms none. It benefits as many as it can and harms none. That's a legitimate desire. If we have a desire that harms someone, it's not a legitimate desire. So, I'm not saying that they won't manifest, but if we get enough emotion behind it, but it's not a legitimate desire. So, you just wanted a quick key on how to tell what desire is what. Okay, hope rises within me and sings a song of joy. Love goes before me and embraces everything. Peace accompanies me on my way while doubt and fear vanish as mist before the light. That is what it's like to enter into the sacred. That's a description. That is what sacred practice can feel like. When we enter into sacred practice, that's what we're going for. That's what we're aiming for. That's that little 2 sentences right there. Am I really accepting abundance? Is my thought really animating my experience with the idea of plenty? Am I affirming that divine substance is forever flowing into me as supply? So that's 3 questions. And those are questions that, if we look around in our life and we say, if we can answer yes to all of those, then great, fantastic, we've done our work. If we can't, if any one of them is a no, or if all of them are no, then what we want to do is go back and look, okay, well, then what do I really believe? Do I believe that there is only so much? And so those are questions. So it's like, all right, this is our work. If we've done our work, then the answer to each one of those is yes. If the answer to any of those is no or maybe, then maybe we want to go back and look, okay, well, where do I need to do a little bit more work? What question am I taking into my spiritual practice and going, all right, and what question am I taking to spirit going, help me with this, because if any of the answers to any of those questions is no, spirit's a good place to go. Spirit's a good place to go and ask and say, okay, I'm not feeling this. Help me. Today, I praise the abundance in all things, which is the first answer to the first question. Am I really accepting abundance? Start by praising the abundance in all things. I animate everything with the idea of abundance. And it starts in our own consciousness. It starts in our own thought. I am remembering only the good. I am expecting more good. I am experiencing good. That sounds like gratitude practice to me. It's like, I'm remembering only the good. It's like, let me focus on the good. I'm not discounting the things that happen that we would call non-preferred. I know that they have happened and I've learned the lesson, but I'm focusing on the good. I acknowledge the good working everywhere, gratitude practice. I give thanks that this good is flowing into my experience in ever increasing volumes, because it does. It does. The more grateful you are for what you already have, the more seems to flow in. And sometimes it's because it was already there and we just weren't paying attention. And then it does bring in more and new. There is that within me that sees, knows, and understands this truth, that completely accepts it. And anytime you're not feeling it, that's what you want to lean on. the divine spark within you that knows who you are. There is good enough to go around. Therefore, I do not withhold this good from myself or others. Because, and mothers are particularly, it's like, let me make sure everybody else is fed and then I'll feed myself. Don't withhold the good from yours. Never withhold the good from yourself. It's like being on an airline. There's good enough to go around. There's air enough to go around, but put your mask on first. And then you can serve others. You got to take care of yourself first. Because by taking care of yourself first, you're not taking anything away from anybody else. What you are doing is making sure that you have what you need to serve others. But constantly proclaim a spiritual substance is forever flowing to each and all as supply. So, step into your divine inheritance, which is probably the mission today. The mission today, should you choose to accept it, is the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to completely believe that from the secret place of the Most High within me, the secret place from every desire can be manifest. Completely believe that we have that secret place within us and that everything that we could ever desire can come from that. Believe that. Know that. Lean on that place within you that knows who you are. And let me remind you, as I do every day, you are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased always. And that's what we go to, that secret place within us to know, to feel, to be wrapped in that love, to be wrapped in that peace, to be wrapped in that harmony, to be wrapped in that joy. That's why we encourage spiritual practice every day. Be it the space of a breath, to be it an all-day retreat. Which is why I do encourage you every day to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Is it take that few minutes and take those deep breaths and ground and center yourself in that secret place? Or is it to take an all-day retreat? As long as you do something every day, to create that permanent habit of loving, kind compassion for yourself, to make that your default setting, to make it your first response, to remind yourself who you really are. That is why I encourage that loving, kind, compassionate practice every day for yourself. It also helps you create a bank so that when you meet people who need a little extra, you have some to share, or you have plenty to share. All right, beloveds, I also encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body today. The leaves are changing a little bit. So I got a walk, and I got a couple of pictures. I think about 3 trees or 3 or 4 trees where you can see the color shift. It happens so fast here. It happens so fast here. So it's like, let me catch it. So it was a nice walk this morning. The temperature was comfortable. I do encourage you to go get that face full of sun first thing in the morning. We've got a bit of cloud, so I don't know how much sun I got, but hey, I was out in the bright light first thing in the morning. I'm good. Drink plenty of water. And whatever else you do, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you you do live in heaven now. Right here, right where you are. It's all around us. It's about looking for the good and praising it. It's about seeing the good and allowing that good to spark the next good all the time. And to know that even when our faith is low, that there is something within us that knows it. And it's part of us. It's that divine spark. So you will never truly lose your faith. It might get a little confusing. It might get a little cloudy for a little while. But that spark, there's nothing that can put that spark out. There's nothing that man can do to us. Nothing that humanity can do to us. There's nothing that can put that spark out. All right? So, it's Tuesday. I'm not sure if there's anything going on. If you want to know, email info@creativelife.org. Check it out. I do know that Reverend David should be on Facebook Live around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you at 9 a.m. I do encourage you to check out the social medias. We got a strong game on YouTube, and so feel free to check that out. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center on Facebook and YouTube, depending on which platform you're watching this on. And we are Creative Life Spark on Instagram and TikTok. And then I am the Running Rev on 3 of the 4 platforms. I'm not on TikTok, and I will add the yet. It may happen eventually. We'll see. All right, beloveds, take care of yourself. Know that you're loved, and I will see you next time.